Welcome, welcome, trivalent beings of spirit, mind, and body. Time for the Ask Doc Alkebulanese Solution Show, sponsored by Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, also known as Proof. Its mission is to spread the trivalent understanding noetics, featuring stand-up philosophy that includes anthropology, psychology, biology, metaphysics, medicine, psychodrama, comedy, and music through a genre called edutainment, educating while entertaining, coined by KRS-One. The host of this wonderful show is Dr. Kwaku L. Carlisle Woods, RN, MD, MED1, and myself, co-host, Dr. Hamida Rockman Woods, MED, PhD, MED2.
Well, as most of you already know, I have the PH.
I have the M.
We both have D's.
That makes us Doc Squared.
The title of today's show is Becoming Mettah.
Becoming Mettah. But before we do that, we have a Juneteenth celebration by the Hip Hop Trio Plus, the 13th of June at Luke Easter Park.
Imagine that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, that's it, from 5 to 7 p.m. at Pavilion number 3 with our special guest, OG Shankster! Yes. And we just talked to Rondell earlier today for Blackjack Dance is doing on the 15th, another Juneteenth. Yes.
We'd like to see it again. It's going to be hosted by our daughter, Daya. The next one. That's
the one. Disciples Christian Church, 3663. I love those numbers.
Yes.
Mayfield Road. Oh, we're going to be performing there a brief little session. Tickets are $25 and so much more. Than that much money.
In addition to that announcement, we also like to give a shout to our daughter, Daia. The 25th is her birthday.
Yes,
this
is
her birthday weekend.
This is her birthday
weekend. Yes, we love you, dear daughter.
Okay, Disciples of Christian Church, yes, and Delta Beta Epsilon Fraternity, hot dog. Okay, now, my wife and I, we both have initials behind our names, and we look good on TV. Come on, y'all.
We do.
Show us on TV, please.
Yeah, let's see that.
Let us see us. Thank you. Oh, my God. Yes. Wait a minute.
We're very creative today, you all. Yes.
I'm going to show it all. I'm going to show at least most of it. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah, we were talking about how good we look. Yeah, we look good on TV. My wife has a clothing line called Yummy and Stuff, and I do a participle of that called Chad.
We have a sample of that. Imagine that.
Yes, that's Yummy and Stuff. My wife made, she's a good seamstress, she works on a sewing machine very well. She made those outfits, including the hats, and I chatted them up. The shirt I'm wearing right now is chatted to the nth degree. And these are for Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. Makes you feel like a superhero. Yeah, we got that. But what do we really have to offer anyone other than that? How? By what changes? Where will they have to go? What will they have to do?
Imagine that.
And for what?
What would we offer?
Well, I created something called the Trivalent Understanding Noetics. And I got a call in my offices in Africa House many years ago from some people in New York I had never heard of, telling me that I had been nominated for something called the X Prize. The Trivalent Understanding Noetics was nominated for this $10 million prize in innovation.
Okay.
Yeah, any of y'all ever heard of a guy named Elon Musk? Uh-huh. Well, he was the first X Prize winner. That's how he became Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what we offer, and it explains to you and keeps you understanding what you are, a trivalent being made up of spirit, mind, and body, who you are, and I'm not talking about your name or some skill or personality trait, no. I'm talking about the ancestral line from who you come. We then give you some really, really good lessons on where you are and when. This all takes you from being a seeker for understanding.
Yes, for what? Example.
Into being an understanding. Once you have completed the first course of the Trivalent Understanding Noetics, you go from being a seeker to being an understanding.
Let's see the next slide.
It changes how you see reality, and more specifically, it changes how you see yourself in that reality.
Imagine that.
Uh-huh. The what you see yourself again trivalently, spirit, mind, and body. In that order, understanding that your spirit controls your mind and body. Well, all of these things have been moving through my mind and spirit, and these questions, especially after the last show we did. The last show we did y'all see that?
Okay, you
Was
that
all
one down.
about sinners. I know.
Oh, I was talking to her.
Okay. We are changing big time away from that. And we are giving you some answers to the questions, what do we really have to offer anyone? That simply means a change in how, again, the slide showed, how you see reality, how you see the world around you, and more specifically, how you see yourself. This leads to some rather distinct changes in people, places, and things. As a goal, becoming Mettah means seeing yourself as a trivalent being, composed of and operating as the spirit, mind, and body you are. Now, you can see the body, you can observe the mind, but most people have absolutely no idea of what a spirit is or does. One of the reasons that I got nominated for this $10 million prize was that I did that. Your spirit does three basic things. It enables, it protects, and it visualizes or imagines. That's what spirits do. And it is that imagining function that leads to creativity. It leads to a means by which your mind can function in this reality. For you see, your spirit has pictures it sends of this reality to your mind. Your mind compares that picture to other pictures, goes back through its memory, does a whole bunch of mind type things, and comes up with a meaning for that picture. That meaning your mind sends to your body. Do I need to run? Do I need to stay there? Do I need to eat? Do I need to sleep? Do I need to what? The meaning of the image sent to my mind by my spirit is transferred to my body so that I can now do the things that my spirit says needs to be done. Okay, now, but we using changes in visualizing, imagining, and the trivalent tools that are given. These enable blockage of the long-term effects of hate, fear, guilt, and shame. These are the trivalent understanding noetics tools. Affirmations of the wounded soul, vector augmentation, face up. I didn't put deep vision on here, but meditation, transcendental meditation. We do those instructions because we've had those lessons and we have learned the meanings. In addition to the immediate physical changes of vector augmentation, and again, it only takes 133 seconds for effect, as well as its effect on your old enemy/friend, gravity. When you are falling down, gravity is your enemy. But when you are walking or engaging in sports or gymnastics, gravity is your friend. And you use it to do those things. Okay, again, deep vision for your eyes stop you from needing glasses. When my wife first met me, she wore glasses. And then I taught her deep vision. And she now, does not wear glasses. On occasion, she may need it for small print. But generally, deep vision exercises the muscles of your eyes. And Deetsa started following. Deetsa started following us a minute ago. That's such a blessing.
Yes, Deetsa and... that's her
Kofi.
full name.
Deetsa's son.
No, Kofi was last week, so he didn't come back.
I know. Nana Kofi. Right. Deep vision plus the addition of the face exercise course, Face Up, fights not only droop or sag, but does major damage to another one of our enemy/friends, time. Now, we were supposed to be having a guest spot here by our old friend O.G. Shankster. He is not here in the studios with us right now, but that don't matter because he is here on a song that we're now going to play for you called Time. And it's all about events that occurred in his life during time.
Anybody got the time? Nobody knows the hour, man, we steady wasting time. Like we gon' live forever, death has its own design. It's steady painting pictures, big portraits of ghetto living. We trapped in this game to maintain pain, cause we all in prison. Tales of our own dimensions, we tied to these street conventions. How many lives must the Lord snatch for the world to listen? Y'all need to pay attention and pray for your own repentance. When Jesus died up on that cross, it was for good intentions. Vengeance belong to God, cause hate never conquered love. And y'all always scared to ride you, transform them into bugs. You can't quite believe they grown. This street life could took them in. I'm still trying to bring them home. I hope they can make it in time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We're living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me. Nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We're living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you. I really miss my pops, man, I can't believe he gone. I held his hands up on time steps when they called him home. Man, I could barely breathe it, felt like my life was doomed. I felt the spirit leave his body right there in the room. Man, I just couldn't cry, my tears had refused to leave. I looked at my mama's eyes and knew that his soul was free. Free to begin this journey, his journey towards heaven's doors. I hope that he made it in, cause man, when it rains it pours. I finally hit my knees, the tears had begun to fall, cause death came around in threes. My kid's mama took the call. Man, should have seen my face, I couldn't hang up the phone with my son on the other end. Said, Daddy, my mama's gone. Jesus had called her home. I nearly lost my mind. Nobody knows the hour, man, nobody knows the time. We take this life for granted, yeah, we steady wasting time. Like we gon' live forever, we all on borrowed time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you. This world is getting colder, weight still up on my shoulder. Man, I can barely breathe, I feel like it's almost over. Whole world have been convicted, this crime rate done finally shifted. Them shackles and chains up on this nightmare's been finally lifted. I was only sent to warn you, cause my time is almost finished. I gave you the perfect moment, by nightfall it counts to minutes. Cause nobody knows the hour or second we supposed to leave. We all searching for tomorrow when yesterday was all we need. We so busy making plans on times beyond the future. Hope y'all can make amends, cause tomorrow wasn't promised to you. Y'all need to hit your knees and ask God to save your soul, cause nobody knows the hour or time you supposed to go. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you time.
All right.
That was different.
That was very different. Now, let me give you some insights into time.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have time. We have past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
In Awuo, where we go when we leave here, there is no time. It is always now.
Mm-hmm.
We come here, at least one of the reasons is because time is here. And time allows us to learn. To learn, first you must understand something. And then you practice that understanding until it becomes part of you. And once it becomes part of you, it is not no longer in your mind, it is actually in your spirit. And that means that when you leave this reality, when you die and your spirit goes to Awuo, it takes the lessons you have learned with you. That's why we are here. That's why we have time. To learn the lessons our spirits need to take when we leave. Mm-hmm. Question. Do I look like a 75-year-old man? Come on, for real. Do I act like one? How about my wife? Does she look like 70? Going on it? How about that?
2 more years.
We look and function on a level that is much, much more enabling because we are Mettah. And Mettah is most definitely better. You don't age as rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't age as much.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the things that aging generally means for humanity, it is not meant for you. Forget all of that. About a week ago, I was having trouble with headaches and dizziness from an upper respiratory tract infection. I think it was a cold. So being the retired Army veteran that I am, I went to Wade Park VA and had a bunch of tests done, including a CAT scan of my head.
Imagine that, y'all.
They found no abnormalities. But when they looked at my CAT scan, the head of the neurology, the nervous department, called back to the emergency room and said, wait a minute, is that really a 75-year-old man CAT scan? They said, yeah, it is. And he said, well, he doesn't have any of the deterioration of the surface of his brain. Now look at the CAT scans that are on the screen. You see the young adult? Look around the edges of the brain. You see how clear it is? Now look at the 94-year-old. Look at all the little scraggly stuff that's around the edges of the brain. That's between the brain and the skull. Now look at the 77-year-old demented. See how much worse his is. None of that stuff is in my brain. My brain looks like a 35-year-old man. And the neurology head was calling to ascertain, is that guy really 75? Because he doesn't have a 75-year-old brain. This is being meta. You don't age like normal people, and you have abilities and functions that normal people do not possess. But that's just a small part of the gift of metallization of your trivalency.
Thank you.
You become more aware of the images that control your thinking and feeling. Colors are more important, vibrant. But so is shadowing, shading, texture, and all the other specific traits that add up to an image in our spirits. Making an image in your spirit that is precise, that is accurate, that is sharp, allows you to function on a higher level of reality. And
learning something new, like the trivalent understanding noetics,
yes,
will keep you well spiritually,
it will.
mentally, and physically.
Absolutely. These images created by your spirit direct our minds, bodies, and beings to whatever and wherever we are headed.
Yes.
To be able to monitor, change, add, or eliminate some images from your spirit is a great gift we all possess, but are almost never taught to use them. See the young lady all the way over on the left? She's dealing with some really negative images, and those negative images are very, very, very easy to see.
Yes.
Look in her eyes, they look lost.
Yes.
Look at her face, it looks degraded. Look at her body, it looks abused. And the person who has abused that body is her. She abused that body because that spirit had images it sent to that mind that weren't enabling. And this is the vast majority of humanity. Meta beings are those persons who decide to practice the tools of spiritual understanding that uses the X Prize nominated trivalent understanding noetic.
Imagine that. Yes.
As guide for understanding. Then the meta begins learning these tools for elevation from regular, ordinary, run-of-the-mill person into a unique, timeless life force. Again, that word, learn. In order for you to become meta, you just simply can't understand these things. You have to practice them so that they become part of you. Before we came out here today, my wife reminded me that we hadn't vector augmented our bodies for the second time that day. It was closing on to 5 o'clock, and that's when we normally do it.
Yeah.
So we did it at 4 something. But we were triggered to do it by learning that practice and making it a part of our living. We go through the day using these tools. Then the Mettah begins learning these tools for elevation from regular, ordinary, run-of-the-mill person into unique, timeless life force.
Imagine that.
As different from an ordinary
Yes.
citizen as today's ordinary citizen is from a caveman. And for exactly the same reasons. A caveman pictures his world as cave versus not cave. And for exactly the same reasons, today's citizens have access and utilization of visualizing many, many more images than a caveman of themselves, of others, of histories, of places, of things that the caveman had absolutely no idea of. Now look at the slide on the board. Okay, the first slide with those people just out there are regular citizens, and they are sitting right next to a picture of a caveman. Now, a caveman did not draw that picture. They had very limited artistic abilities. What they could draw was what they could see. And they drew, antelopes, buffalo, and things that they saw that they hunted. They did not draw people. They made stick figures of beings, but that's about it. Faces, eyes, nose, no, they did not do. They did not have that imaging. Now look at all those people with their arms locked over there at the blue. Those are seekers. That individual spiritual seeker who wants to get better than they are. Those who have done that are in the middle picture. Look at the faces. Look at the brightness. Look at the enjoyment of living. Yes, that is someone who has the understanding. Once you have the understanding, you could go into advanced courses to become Mettah. And that last guy all the way over on the right side with the sun bright and above him, shining all over his being, that's a Mettah. Wow. And as we have told you, Mettah is so very much better, since our ability to control our spirit, mind, and body complexes allows us a much greater ability to adapt, create, understand, learn, and leave the single being concept totally behind you. One of the problems that we have as people is ego. And ego is something that our culture has been set up to feed, to grow. That's jacked up, and it destroys the complexity and the uniformity of humanity.
Wow.
Not ego. We go. And we go as our spirit bids us. Mettah allows you to leave that ego-bound single being concept totally behind you as you advance from seeing yourself as an individual to spiritual seeking student to understanding, all the way to becoming simply one with all life. And that is being Mettah. Not many make it all the way there to Mettah. Even with unlimited lifetimes, most decide to stay at some comfortable yet elevated level above understandings. Usually the best make it to learned level, where you are allowed to teach, The Trivalent Understanding Noetics, with 10% of class dues going back to Proof, Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, for our outreach program to present the Trivalent Understanding Noetics to others who would have no way of learning the most effective answer to these age-old questions. What am I?
Yes.
When you become Mettah, the answer is obvious. I am a trivalent being composed of spirit that controls my mind and body through images of reality that I monitor, observe, select, and eliminate for the best times this life can afford me. That's trivalency. That's Prometheus. That's Mettah. And one of the ways of Mettah is song. What's the book of the Bible? Genesis, Exodus,
30:19?
Deuteronomy.
Oh, Deuteronomy 30:19?
Yes, 30:19. Where God told Moses, once the children of Israel come back to understand and worship me, you need to give them a song so that it reminds them of our relationship and our attachment. Music has always been a spiritual force. Go see that movie Sinners, and you will see music as the spiritual force it actually is. And God told Moses to use that spiritual force, music, to keep the children of Israel on the right path, to prevent them from discarding the learnings they have come to this place to assume. We need the Trivalent Understanding Noetics, and it will take you to the place God wants you to be.
Yes.
Now, one of the examples that I told you about is the affirmations of the wounded soul. The affirmations of the wounded soul are a tool that eliminates fear, hate, guilt, and shame. It gives you pictures that you use daily to run all of these disabling emotional mental states out of your being. You need these images. They're spiritual, so they're images, in order to have the functional ability to eliminate these emotions. And we teach you how to do that in the affirmations of the wounded soul, which we're going to give you just a little bit of as Global Entertainment and Miles Alexander Keaton Smith, known as Humble G the Fiddler, along with OG Shankster and myself, present to you Stop the Hate.
Hate is a flame that consumes my humanity, and the humanity of anyone I direct hate at. Hate is a twisted lens that warps all reality.
I will extinguish the fires of hate with the cooling, soothing waters of filial love.
Filial love is brotherly love. It is the love that exists when you realize that you're related to another through a permanent, unbreakable bond, through a stronger, larger, more important group. Family, gang, culture, race, as a sample of humanity, or as an example of life itself. We are all related.
Yeah. Humble G the Fiddler. And we gon' stop the hate. Yeah. 1, 2, look, it's time to man up, stand up, face up, hands up. Misleading all the children with your fears, we understand, bruh. Society made you this way, that's how you shift the blame, huh? I get it, it's probably just the way that you was raised up. But this time it's different, time to give that grace up to yourself for the most high and be the one to spread love. An example for the next generation, that's what you also stop all the hate, cause it's time for us to play our part. What part? They ask every time the feeling hit the stage. So you know my step, I'm always promoting that stop the hate, stop the hate. No procrastination, no debating, that's how I'm feeling, so listen, pay attention. No, I ain't preaching. Education got me on them teachings, got me on them healing. Enabling every last one of my siblings. We all from God, it's time to build so we can beat the odds. Start the love, stop the hate so we can rise above.
It can kill your body and soul. It can turn your heart to cold. Everything you go through, yo, you must grow. So you'll be able to stop the hate and make the world a better place for all the future rays. Did you know that you can start today? Stop the hate.
Stop. Go. Hey, stop. Go. Hey, stop. Yeah, look. What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. Like Black Eyed Peas said, boy, I got a feeling that the world needs some lyrical spiritual healing for the people to love and not hate it or fear it. Now please bless me with the talents to reach the spirit, so I can penetrate the mind and all its egotistics. They help me listen more and I only just hear it, cause I know we all equal and we'll all inherit all the blessings of life if we only live it. Let's fill up the world with some better places. Might as well get it in for the future races. Wouldn't it feel so good being a generation to inspire peace upon the future nations? Imagine eliminating all the petty hatred and getting back to the basics, yeah, where the faith is. But first, stop the hate.
It can kill your body and soul. It can turn your heart to cold. Everything you go through, yo, you must grow. So you'll be able to stop the hate and make the world a better place for all the future rays. Did you know that you can start today?
Well, let me holler at my third eye world, close with precision, and painting perfect pictures of new dimensions in your lenses so everybody can see the vision. Pay close attention to verbal conversations that's getting heated all across the nation. We got the power to focus on a decision, spoken through politicians, speaking out loud throughout the competition. The world been ready for change, ain't no escape from the stain, but from the shackles and chains that they forgot to mention. We overcame every obstacle that was laid, prophesied through the greater documentation of our Dr. King. He had a dream that we all came to the boat. Up in 40 years since the start. I think it's time to let your voices ring. Pick up your voice and let freedom ring through the notes. Everybody can vote and take a stand on what we all believe. The time has come to be brave, stand by the king, it is great. Embrace the road that was paved and let your conscience breathe. Although the man gave his life just like our Lord Jesus Christ, all to be bought with a price they didn't have to pay. The crucifixion with death, child, and submission, the world still wouldn't listen, and you wonder why we need to pray.
Kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Stop the hate.
Yes.
Stop the hate.
Greetings, random brothers.
Yes.
The Manjis.
The Manjis.
So glad y'all joined us because
All
we're
right.
early. Peace back to you.
Peace, indeed. The affirmations of the wounded soul uses words that create images to reverse the effects of the disabling emotional states that human beings get into. We teach you how to use agape. We teach you how to use filial. We teach you how to use paternus. But we also teach you how to use your life, your experience, and your images to climb above yourself and to give you the ability to control you. Y-O-U. That stands for your own understanding.
And before we even get ready to go, I want to give a shout out to Darren Jones. KK, glad you joined us as well.
Absolutely.
Peace to you.
Peace and peace and peace.
Which for us means proper education always corrects error.
It do. It do. We're going to leave you with that in the fact that we are repositioning and representing the trivalent understanding noetics, and doing so by giving you its end result, Mettahism. But this starts soon as your first day of class. And anybody who's been through will tell you, yeah, that first day I started to change and I've been changing ever since. That is the whole purpose of my existence, to give you the tools to do exactly that. Okay? So y'all,
Yes.
we're going to wish you peace one more last time. And as my wife has just got through telling you, peace means proper education always corrects error. It do, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Oh, you made it to the end of the video. Well, I am tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Amwa. If you would like more of your own understanding, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And go to the sites that we have listed around us. The Most High is good.
And the ancestors are kind
Thanks
for having us on your minds.
Peace.